this is the Trauma Tarot reading. So it's the pick a card reading. The first group, we have Velveeta cheese, we have taco seasoning, and we have shaving gel. For the second group, we have A1 sauce, we have mayo, and we have shaving gel. So, yeah. And then the last group, we have shampoo and caramels, lollipops. So, yeah, there could be a bit of comfort food for some people, but as far as I know, I think the third one would be the group I would pick, just on food alone. I'm not sure what the cards are, so don't quote me. Anyway, pick whichever resonates, and we will get started. Let's see. Alright, let's do the first reading. Alright, so situation, what happened to cause the trauma? We have the Six of Cups, which is friendship, maybe friends, falling out or something. So reigniting the past, getting a second chance, going back to something you love, familiarity, happy memories, healing, birth of a child, good memories. So I feel like it's childhood memories. It could have been something that happened when you were with this friend, something to that effect. So let's see what we can see. So action. What actions did you take with this traumatic experience? We have the Five of Wands. So empowerment. So a fight for affection, jealousy, avoiding conflict, respecting differences, feeling envious of each other, not feeling worthy, trapped in a conflict. So it could have been a little bit of jealousy, maybe a fight over boy, girl, whatever the situation is, or the fact that maybe your friend had more stuff than you did. Whatever the case is, it's just, different perspectives, I feel. Yeah, and with everything going on here, a little bit of a fiesta. So let's see. Outcome. What happened the following days after this occurred? We have the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is recuperation, self-care, rest, time spent alone, much needed rest, time away from social media, time to reflect, restoration, contemplation. So, yeah, might have been a little bit hard, might have been a bit of jealousy, envy, a fight, something to that effect, and it was just so aggravating that maybe both of you or one of you went home and went to sleep for like days on end and didn't talk to this person. I feel like maybe it's just, too much that went on. So we have present, how the trauma affected your current life. We have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords, new horizon, travel, transition, movement in a positive direction, progress made, leaving behind results on the horizon, transition, motivations. So this could have actually made you want to leave home, made you want to travel the world, make you want to see other places, and you didn't want to be around this type of situation, whatever it may be, and you just wanted something else. You just didn't feel like sticking around. Let's see. So shadow, overall feelings of this trauma. So the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups, love is all around. Unwanted pregnancy, a girl when you wanted a boy. Love but no money. Blocked creation. Lack of progression. Overindulgence. Emotional loss. Emptiness. So it could have been maybe a friend with benefits, I would say, and maybe a pregnancy happened and then, you got rid of the child, or it was a miscarriage or something. But, yeah, I'm not going to go any deeper than that because maybe some are a little bit darker than others. But I do feel like it was just like young people mistake, and maybe there's a lot of trauma from that. Maybe there's just a lot of trauma from, teenage pregnancy. Something to that effect that kind of made you very, non-committal. I feel like maybe you just tour the world for sake of touring and, just kind of try to stay away from that part of your life so that nobody really gets down to the nitty-gritty with you and kind of punctures that, old secret stuff. But I do feel like it's a sensitive spot for you. Anyway, group 1, if you like this, leave a like. If you like what I'm doing on here, subscribe. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, ideas for my next video, leave them in the comment section below, and I will read those. This is very, I feel like it's invasive, and I don't mean to be, so, just, just remember that. Anyway, thank you, group 1, and I'll see you in the next one, alright? Alright, we have the A1 sauce, the mayo, and the shaving gel. Seems like innocent fun. Alright, so we have situation which happened that caused the trauma. We have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, emotional depths, psychic development, loyalty, compassion, empathetic person, feelings and loving at all costs, comfort, calm, someone with your best interests. So very comfortable, type thing. Let's see, action. What actions did you take with this traumatic experience? So it's 4 of Pentacles. So integrity, let's see, success, conservation, financial gain, frugality, hard work rewarded, security, investments, savings, money put away. So it's not really that bad. So let's do outcome because I'm nosy and it's fun. So outcome, what happened in the following days after this occurred? We have the Devil in reverse. Oh boy. So we have bondage, violence and abuse, freedom, psychological torture, release, cruelty, and cruel intentions, desire for nothing positive. So restoring control, addiction, problems. So did anybody else feel the underlying awkwardness? I sure did. So we have number 4. We have present, how the trauma affected your current life. We have the temperance. Temperance, balance is key to joy. So avoidance of conflict, being a pushover, extremes, overlooking the obvious, excess, outside issues, coming into the home, lack of balance. Alright, so we have shadow self. Let's look at shadow self. Overall feelings of this trauma. We have the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is good times, but in reverse it means something else. So you overlook the negative, you don't want to rock the boat. Overindulgence, gossip, you or your associates party too much, isolation. So, I feel like there could have been a rape, or could have been some kind type of sexual thing that might have been like uncomfortable for you, or maybe you witnessed something. But I do feel like it was kind of making you vulnerable in some way, shape, or form. Somebody that understood you, that cared about you, and then took advantage of you, or somebody else that you know, and you either bared witness to that or you were the victim yourself, which is very complicated, and I am sorry that happens. I myself have a little bit of that in my background, but it shouldn't justify who you are as a person, or make you feel like that's a part of you, or that you are at fault in any type of way. It took me a while in therapy to actually get through that. So, just remember that there's a lot of sickos out there, and it shouldn't stop you from opening up to somebody that you care about. Like, it should be something that's more of a, like, empowering thing. That, yeah, I got through this, I'm still alive, I didn't have, like, you know, I didn't become the monster that I feared. That type of thing. But, you know, people deal with that in different ways, and it's not the victim's fault. Sometimes the victim blames themselves a lot, so it's like you fall into those same cycles of feeling like the victim, even if it's not that type of thing. And there could be a little bit of PTSD from that you don't like social interactions, or you don't like talking about your opinions too much because other people might get offended, and you don't want to offend people or draw attention to yourself in a negative way. So that could be something, because then it puts you on the spot. Anyway, group 2, I feel like it's a lot to unbox with your trauma. I do hope that you're either getting help for it, or you actually feel a little bit at ease with it now. Things in the past shouldn't defy you, period. I feel like if they do get out of control, you need to talk to somebody about it, and you actually have to have human interaction in a space where you feel comfortable in explaining that to somebody else. Usually a mentor, or, you know, a counselor, but I would talk to a therapist. They helped me through it. I had a lot of stuff to unpack, so it's better to have a therapist that kind of listens, and versus a counselor that kind of judges you later, you know. But yeah, I feel like it's a lot to unbox. I hope this helps you out, and you find some resources and maybe a therapist to talk to about this. It might be hard to start the conversation, but I would start the conversation with, I need somebody to talk to, and that usually opens it up to a conversation. Anyway, group 2, I hope this helps you out in some way. Because, you know, trauma's big, you know. Trauma hits everybody, even if they had nothing to do with it. It hurts, you know, people directly with you, and, you know, people around you. And you might not realize it, so, you know, you should have some type of unit to help you through things, talk about things, even if they're small issues of what you believe to be small, but I do feel like everybody can relate to certain traumas in their lives. we should all agree that there's some trauma in your life that you want to talk to somebody about or connect with somebody who had similar experiences. Anyway, I'll talk to you probably in the next one, or if you have a comment, I will try to address it the best way I can, okay? Anyway, I'll see you in the next one, alright? Bye now. Alright. We have the last one, which is shampoo, caramels, and dum-dums. This is the one I picked. I'm not sure if this will relate to my situation with trauma, but, you know, PTSD and depression. Let's see where it goes. So, we have the world. Situation, what happened, what caused trauma. We have the world. So, incompletion, no closure, new beginning that is unwelcome. It will be a good outcome in time. So this could be a bit of shock to the system. It's supposed to be a eureka moment. It doesn't feel like that. But it's one of those, like, you know, trying to save the world type things. Trying to heal people, trying to help people. Because you experienced trauma yourself and got over it through self-analyzation, journaling, psychiatrists, a lot of doctors. And, you know, you feel like you kind of have a grasp on it. Maybe not 100%, but you could be a healer. You could be one of those people that you talk to somebody and you don't really spread their business too far out. Maybe you might talk to a doctor for more guidance on certain subjects, like I did with my friend. He had some other stuff that was a little bit out of my league of healing, so I had to have a therapist and a doctor help me out with that. But yeah, I mean, I'll try to do what I can, but a lot of people, they don't want to help people. They want to kind of ridicule people and just be terrible. And I feel like since we're all humans, we should try to help each other out. Anyway, so action. What actions did you take with this traumatic experience? The Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups. Is that it? A light-haired female who will help. Walking away, friends who offer assistance, walking away from what doesn't serve you anymore, disillusionment, leaving behind stuff. So I did leave behind a lot of stuff in my past. I did talk about it. I left it basically in the therapist room. I didn't take it with me because, you know, self-evaluation is not my strong suit. But a lot of stuff that was said there was kind of like what I said in group 2, like, the stuff that happens to you shouldn't defy you. What it does is that it allows growth, it allows you to grow as a person. It might be a little bit harsh at the time, but it allows you to grow, to change, to actually have a call to action a lot of times. So, you know, you have to look at certain situations like that. Do I feel like my abuse was justified? No, but I do feel like it propelled me forward to become a healer, which on my birth chart I was kind of avoiding. I was avoiding it. I wanted to be a banker, I wanted to be a programmer, I wanted to be a doctor or a lawyer. I never wanted to be like, oh yeah, let's heal people, it's gonna be great. Like, you know, you just... And I like talking to people, I like healing people, I like hearing their stories, but I didn't want to be 100% in that cell. But now that I'm here, you know, I listen to everybody and I love talking to people. I think it wouldn't have been a better fit if I went anywhere else, to be honest with you. So outcome, what happened the following days after this occurred? The Emperor in reverse, take charge. A fathering society, power struggles, tyranny, domineering males, raggedy, needing to turn to a male figure for assistance, can't help yourself, and coldness. Yes, I actually did talk to a friend of mine that actually told me that, hey, maybe you should be a healer. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. And I was thinking to myself, are you flipping kidding me? Who consciously leaves their job and becomes a healer off the bat, or becomes a tarot reader because, oh, it's fun? Like, I was totally in denial, to be honest with you. I was like, no, thank you. But yeah, I got into it after thinking it over. You know, it took me a while. It took me probably 2 years. I'm not even joking. 2 years after talking to him. We did touch base, but it was just like, you know, it was always like, you should do it. You know, you're good at it. But you know, I never really took it on until 2020, 2019, 2020. So you know. Alright, so present, how this trauma affected your current life. So number 3, the Knight of Wands, a lust for adventure, doing too much, anger, moving too fast, recklessness, someone leaving a level of commitment which isn't what it could be. So, you lose a lot of people being a healer or being a tarot reader because they don't want to be associated. They believe it's devil worship and shit like that. But I've lost a lot of friends since I started this, and to be honest with you, if people can't take you at like what you love, then maybe they weren't your friends to begin with. Like it's almost like kind of tying you down to like being their friend, but don't be that weird friend. I'm that weird friend to begin with, so I'm not really too offended. So shadow, overall feelings of this trauma. The Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is happy family, inner happiness, love, which goes the extra mile, fairy tale endings, fulfillments, achieving your goals and desires, perfect relationships, marriage, dreams coming true. Do I feel like this is a dream come true? To some degree, yes. In a sick way, yes. I do have more emotional fulfillment than I ever did working at another job. Never work at Walmart if you are a healer. Like, it's sucking, and you don't look at people the same way. But I do feel like everything in my life, I went through so much trauma, traumatic experiences, abusive people, that tried to corrupt my way of thinking. I do feel like if I didn't go through that, I don't think I would be connecting with so many people, hearing a lot of stories, actually telling them my story, and actually feeling like building a community based on that. But I do feel like sometimes you need to go through all that to become a leader of your own tribe. And it could be a soul tribe, it could be just a leadership tribe, it could be politics. Whatever you feel like it could be, you have to go through a lot of hardship in order to make something work, to the level of making your own community. It's just not a wing it thing. It's like, I do this, this, and this. I'm more attached to my feelings, spiritually, mentally, physically. And I want to connect with somebody else that might not feel like anybody's listening to them, or like they're not being heard. So I talk to a lot of people, and I do want people to be the best versions of themselves. With me, I'm always emotionally insecure, but I believe that is an enduring quality to have. It's interesting. If you're like Marty McFly all the time, people are like, oh, let me talk to you. You seem insecure and like me. It's that type of comfort. I don't feel like it's like a secret power, but I feel like it's more relatable. But yeah, it's one of those things. Anyway, group 3, I hope this helped you out. And if you're, a healer, or you kind of go through a lot of trauma in your life, you might be a healer, or you might be able to connect with a group of people or a community, or other people very easily, because a lot of transverse different traumas that you've been through. Having PTSD and depression, there's a lot of people that have that. I thought I was special, but no, there's a lot of people that have that. A lot of people that may have different views, but or different experiences, and how they got it. But yeah, it's an interesting conversation. Um, but I do feel like you're not alone. Doesn't matter what you went through in the past. There is a group of people that will understand that and have, um, you know, just be supportive of your decisions of whatever you do in your life. The people that you lose, you're meant to lose. The people that you gain, you're meant to gain. And the career path that is chosen for you will come up when it needs to. With me, it just kind of popped out and almost hit me in the face. But anyway, I will say this, it's all good, you know. Some of it may be bad, but it's all good in the long run, because it's carbon that's being made into a diamond. Isn't that ironic? Anyway, I will see you in the next reading, group 3. If you like this, leave a like. If you like what I'm doing on here, subscribe. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, ideas for my next video, leave them in the comment section below. And as always, I do read everything, so, Anyway, later.